live, as always. Everything's almost ready, just gotta get all this shit situated. Or resituated, rather. I guess while I wait for everybody to get here, I'll go put the Blu-ray player remote back in its hidey hole. Okay. What does this shit say? Silly rabbit, tricks are for pedos. Silly Sil, funny you're not. Okay. I'm waiting for Spider to get here because he partially let me try that again. I'm waiting for I'm waiting for Spider to get here because he partially suggested, well, this was originally a one-topic episode, then he suggested, silly Jesse, it's a rape whistle. Yes, now please let me finish. I'm waiting for Spider to get here because he partially suggested tonight's episode. You see, this was originally one of those one-topic shows, but then he suggested something totally unrelated, but I decided to rope them in together. Oh shit, Courtney Cox fell. Stay tuned. So we're waiting for him to get here. Assuming he's not playing Roblox, as always. What does it say? Spider suggests something. I can already tell what the punchline of that joke is going to be. Also, Spider never shows up. Yep, that's basically correct. That right there is pretty much on par. You know, look, it's Jim. You know, as much as I love doing this show, God, I wish I had more than 2 people. I'm not saying that as a complaint, just sometimes I wish it was more than just the 2 of you. I mean, I like the cozy nature of it. I would never want this show to have like 2,000 viewers, if that's what you're wondering, but... Oh, Jesus Christ, what are you saying? I already know it is very anti-me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yep, I already see it. Okay, I won't vent unless I ask. Also, Jesse still vents without. And there's reason number 2 why I wish this show had more than 2 viewers on the regular. You know, the other reason why I was waiting. Oh, God. It's not evil, or it's not anti. Whatever. I can't read. You know, I am so damn I don't even know what the hell I am, honestly. I haven't known what I am, and I'm just saying you've been doing that. Yeah, I know. You know, the other reason why I was waiting for him to get here was because I could cover these in chronological order. You know, being 2 pieces of lost media. Especially because one of them you're just not going to be interested in at all. But, oh, Jesus Christ, what now? What even is the top? Fuck. Let me try that again. First, let me turn the stupid fan on. Probably not LOL. Well, at least you're honest, and honesty is the best policy, even if that honesty does lead to me feeling like a total jackass. Okay. So originally, I was about to answer. So don't get all upper caps with me when you heard me say so originally I wasn't sure what the hell tonight was going to be because nothing was suggested to me. Then I watched a video about I get upper cap anyway. Then I watched a video about this topic and I said, "Oh, obscure television block that aired on Disney XD." Then I said to Spider, "Okay, here's what I'm doing tonight." Then he said, "Talk about Oswald the Lucky Rabbit." And I was like, "Well, it has nothing to do with it, but you know what? I'll do it too." Although if he doesn't get here in time, I'll probably just start talking about the obscure television block first. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, come. Okay, I'm just going to start my fucking yapping because you are just on planet U right now. Granted, I would hate to sound like the Oswald the Octopus, remember that? Vaguely. Very, very, very vaguely. Actually, upon Googling, yeah, vaguely, but now I have a better idea of what you're talking about. Sorry, I'm old and tired. He had a wiener dog named Weenie, yeah. But unfortunately, we're not talking about that tonight. Okay. I was originally going to start with Oswald, but given it's been 8 minutes and Spider still isn't here, I'm just going to go ahead and get to the bullshit that I was originally going to talk about. So, Jesse's Weenie Hut Jr. You're not funny. Anyway, welcome to Wonder After Dark. 8.5 minutes in, but who cares, right, guys? Anyway. So, we're not going to be talking about a movie like we usually would. Instead, we're covering lost media. Weenie Hut Juniors, yeah. Now, we have covered canceled media before, and we've covered obscure media, though I don't think we've ever Super Weenie Hut Juniors, yeah. Anyway, we've covered canceled media, Weenie Hut General, anyway. So we've covered obscure media before, and we've covered canceled media. Obscure, obviously, would be stuff like The Littlest Hobo or My Secret Identity. But I believe this is the Wonder Hut Jr. Please listen to me, for the love of God. That's funny, but please listen. But I'm pretty sure this might be the first time we've explicitly... Littlest Hobo isn't that obscure. Well, to my American ass, it sure is. Because I ain't ever heard of it prior to you even. Canadians are well, yeah, Canadians are. I was not. I don't know how much of a presence it had here. Canadians better. I mean, listen, normally I would make some ultra rude sounding joke about how you act all high and mighty over us Americans, but considering the state of America right now and the state of me as a person, I feel like you might be right that Canadians are better. Take a seat on your throne, dick tits. Anyway. Trump, correct. Anyway. But I believe this is the first time that we're explicitly covering Lost media. At least I'm pretty sure. Again, 200 episodes will fucking do that to ya. Kill me, anyway. So, Jesse, why don't you have a seat over there? Okay, fuck turd. After all, you've already basically stolen this show from me over the course of 200 episodes, so you know what? Fuck it. If you want me to just sacrifice my everything to you and give you transcripts of everything like you seemingly want me to, then there you go. I'll give you them fucking transcripts. Because of the implication. Chris Hansen. Yeah, I know. Chris Hansen funny, but we're not here to talk about Chris Hansen tonight. I just quoted Fuck! I just quoted Chris Hansen and you completely complied. Yes, I did. Anyway. Niggers. Anyway. I guess I should probably give a little bit of context before I even read this first page so you even know what the flying fuck I'm talking about. So, once upon a time, before the internet existed, or I guess I should be more clear. I'm sorry if I took over the show. Yeah. Anyway, once upon a time, before, well, maybe not before the internet existed, but before the internet was an outlet for creators, television tried to deliver gaming to ya. We had all these gamer channels like Tech TV, G4. We had all these gamer shows like Attack of the Show, and I'm trying to think of what else. But yeah, we had all these gamer shows back then. But then the internet came along and changed all of that. Suddenly, everybody with a snowball mic, a cheap store-bought video and arcade top 10 was a gamer show. Pre-internet. Never heard of it, but thank you for relaying that information on to me. And I'm not saying that to be sarcastic. I'm being genuine when I say that. Didn't know that show existed. Never heard of it, but thank you. Anyway, for giving me an example. Anyway. But that all changed when the internet entered the picture. Suddenly, any jackass with a snowball mic and a cheap store-bought camera and a stack of condoms that go unused. I mean, I don't know if it would be good for a review, but I enjoyed it. Well, anyway, I mean, I guess if you count what we're about to read about, then anyway. But what I was saying. But any jackass with a snowball mic, a cheap camera, and a bunch of condoms could suddenly make a show about games and put it up on the internet way faster than TV could produce. Anyone could get on public access. Well, you're not wrong, but I feel like public access is too far gone in the past to talk about tonight, because we're not even talking about a show from the public access. What even is public access? Honestly, I don't even know. So fuck the topic. Let me just look that up. Okay, public access TV, also known as community access TV, is a free, non-commercial service that allows the public to create and share content on cable TV. So, basically it was YouTube before YouTube. Got it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. r/explain like I'm 5. I don't even need to look up if that's a real subreddit or not. Anyway, and do not ask me to talk about it. I don't want to get distracted any further. Anyway. It is. Okay, good to know. Anyway, back to the topic. But, yeah. Suddenly the internet, it's just a subreddit for dumb people. Good to know. Anyway. I feel like half of the people I know, like me, yeah, I was literally about to make that exact same joke. I feel like half of the people I know, even if I love them dearly, could go on that subreddit. Now I will yeet. Okay, fuck you, but I'm still talking. Anyway, what I was saying, dick tits. Anyway, any jackass with cheap equipment could suddenly make a show about gaming and put it up on the internet way faster than what TV could produce. So much so that TV just didn't even bother to catch up anymore. See you later, sugar tits. Okay, I'm still gonna keep going without you. This might be a really short episode, but who fucking gives a shit? I sure don't. Anyway, what I was saying. What I was saying. TV didn't even try to catch up until 2017. In 2017, Disney, large mega corporation Disney, announced a new program block on the Disney XD channel called DXP. Okay, what is DXP? What the hell is that? Well, referring to the Lost Media Wiki, DXP was a program block that aired on Disney XD from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. every night during the summer of 2017. Okay, plain and simple. Anyway, as I was saying, DXP. So yeah, that basically says it. It was a program block that aired on Disney XD. But for a bit more detail, it was a summer rotation, summer program block, which consisted of gaming shows. So hey, if you wanted me to talk more about video games, this technically counts, which means I should probably put this on the set. Anyway, so yeah, DXP was Disney's attempt to appeal to the gamer market. Anyway, what I was saying. The program block consisted of content produced by Disney Digital Network under the Polaris banner and Digo Mind Productions, I don't know how to say it, but Digo Mind Productions, let's go with that. Along with shows produced by other companies such as Vice, Attack Media, and IGN. Video game tournaments, including the Smash Bros. For Wii U and Street Fighter V Evo tournaments, were also broadcast on DXP. Anyway, what I was saying. DXP began airing on Disney XD on July 15th, 2017, right smack during summer. Anyway, and it ended sometime in November of that same year. Although some of their bumpers would later be used for reruns of some of their shows. Anyway, alright, what about the history of DXP? Well, DXP and its programs were initially announced on July 14th, 2017. One day before air. Yeah, that's really funny. I don't even have a joke for that. I just think that's really amusing. Just one day before air, and you announce it. That's really funny. Anyway, but yeah, DXP and its programs were initially announced on July 14th, 2017. The press articles sent to various websites, including Laughing Place and Mashable, included short descriptions of their shows and announced that the block would be for general audiences with a focus on viewers 13 and older. It also has a focus on having one of the most memorable startups of all time. Loading complete. Disney XD is now DXP. From 9 until 3. You're watching DXP. General audience programming for gamers of... Oh, hi, Spider. I didn't expect you to get here so late. Anyway, to recap, Sylv dipped because of the topic. I don't feel like starting over, so I'm just going to start halfway over. Anyway, I was originally going to do these topics in chronological order, but since I already made a fair amount of progress, oh well. Anyway, welcome to Wonder After Dark I guess it's you and me for this one, which I don't mind. Anyway, DXP. I'll talk about Oswald, but I was already in the middle of talking about this, so bear with me. DXP was a block that aired on Disney XD from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. every night during the summer of 2017. The block contained content produced by Disney Digital Network under the Polaris banner and Digo Mind Productions, as well as shows from other companies such as Vice, Attack Media, and IGN. Various gaming tournaments were also broadcast on the block. Anyway, DXP began airing on the Disney XD channel on July 15th, 2017, and ended sometime in November of that same year, although some of its bumpers would later be used for reruns of its other programs. Anyway, DXP and its programs were initially announced one day before broadcast, I just think that's funny, on July 14th, 2017. By the way, I think this might be the first time I'm covering lost media. I mean, we've covered canceled media, but I think this is the first explicitly lost-ish. Also, I bet now the PS3 controller being on the set makes a ton more sense. Anyway, the press articles sent to various websites included short descriptions of their shows and announced that the block would be for general audiences with a focus on viewers 13 and older, despite being heavily censored. I'll get to that. With a focus on gaming shows. So now this makes sense. Anyway, July 15th, the next day, marked the first day of the block, including the first episodes each of Polaris Primetime, Parker Plays, and a special broadcast of the Disney film Wreck-It Ralph. Off to a pretty solid start, I must say. Anyway, on July 16th, DXP broadcast the Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Street Fighter V Evo. Isn't this the thing where they had Jacksepticeye and Markiplier? Jacksepticeye, I can confirm and I can verify that is true. Markiplier, let me check. Okay, well, he was on Gamer's Guide to pretty much everything, but that predates this block by 1 year, so Jack, yes, in the case of DXP. Mark did appear on Disney XD, but before this. So, you're technically right. Anyway, you're not 100%, but you're technically right. Anyway, not going to put up a fight. I remember seeing Jacksepticeye on TV, and I was astonished. It was so fun, I loved it. That's wholesome. You'll find out my thoughts soon enough. Don't worry, they're not cynical. Mostly. Anyway. DXP also broadcast the Smash Bros. For Wii U and Street Fighter V Evo tournaments, the latter of which also aired on ESPN2 Live. Oh, the censoring combined with the fact they put this man on television was the funniest thing in the world. Looking back on it, I'll agree. Anyway, back to the history. Sorry if I sound kind of rushy. I'm just trying to get through the history portion of this. But I do like what you're saying. Anyway, alright, DXP's final live broadcast was the 2017 Nintendo World Championships in October of that year. And in November, the block... Hi, this is Gabe. Okay, what are you doing back? No, I don't mean that in a bad way. Just, hi, welcome back. I'm not repeating anything. Anyway, in November, the block ended. And if I had to guess, well, considering it debuted during the summertime on a kids' channel, and it ran from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m., I think it's pretty obvious that Disney only picked it up for some summertime content, and when kids started going back to school, they couldn't stay up as late. You see where I'm coming from? Back to the history lesson. The block ended because you kissed Sonic. Please shut up. Anyway. However, Disney XD still aired reruns of Parker Plays and Polaris Player Select. And they also aired a series of Madden NFL 18 tournaments in conjunction with ESPN in early 2007 or 2018, not 17. Also, stop being rude, please. Okay. Oh yeah, typical summer ending bullshit. I hate that. I'm here to lighten the show. And despite what I just said a minute ago, I do appreciate that. Even though actually this show wasn't really negative in the brief time you were gone. I'm not lying. Anyway, what I was saying. Back to the... Get dicked, I say to myself. Not to my audience, because that would be rude. I only wish getting dicked upon myself. Anyway. I am the British man who went up the hill and came down with all the bananas, leaving, of course, the inhabitants of the hill with no bananas, therefore bestowing the term selfish upon myself. I don't know, it was just like your mood was like, ugh, Sylph, that filthy And you know what? I wish you were black, because that's already funny, but God, I wish you were black, because that would be even funnier. Anyway. The return... Alright. Anyway. After the summer of 2017, DXP basically ended. Although a few of its shows would still air in reruns periodically on Disney XD. You wish I was a KFC-loving, Kool-Aid drinking, watermelon eating nigger? Perhaps. I mean, they do have niggers hanging from rafters. Wow, coffee, Hitler. Charlie Day saying the N-word is the funniest thing, because he sounds so innocent when he does. Anyway, back to the top. The return of DXP was then announced on June 7th. Elon Musk, stay tuned. No! Unless you want me to cover Iron Man 2... But otherwise, if you want me to talk about Elon Musk, no. 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 Anyway. Thor the Dark World. You know what? That's related. Anyway. The return of DXP was announced on June 7th, 2018, with the announcement that they would be teaming up with IGN to air live coverage of E3 2018. What could possibly go wrong? Notice the long pause there? Yeah, if you're wondering what the hell went wrong with their live coverage of E3 2018, well, oh Jesus Christ. Blade Trinity, guest starring Triple H from the hit film The Chaperone. No, anyway. If you're wondering what the hell went wrong with their live coverage of E3... Oh, Jesus. Timmy, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, if you're wondering what the flying fuck went wrong with their coverage of E3... Well, given that this aired on Disney XD, the channel for kids, And a lot of the game trailers shown were rated at E3 is dead. Yes, I know, which is why we're covering E3 2018. Anyway. But thanks for spelling the obvious out for us. Anyway. What I was saying. Anyway. What went wrong was, well, given Disney XD is a kids channel, and most of the trailers they were showing were rated M, you tell me how that went. Show the Pikachu gif I sent. Okay, can you... I appreciate your comedy, but I'd also prefer you not interrupt in the middle of something like that. The brightness, because I'm so retarded. It's what I want to do to you at any given time. And also what I want to do to spiders sometimes. And anonymous people, others. Accurate representation of you hitting me. Yeah, except I don't do it nearly as gentle. Anyway, but basically, first problem, most of the game trailers were rated M. Oops. Second problem, Disney XD, Kids Channel. Oops. Third problem, I'm sorry I revealed my true colors upon adding you on Discord. It will happen. Yeah. It always does. Anyway, what I was saying. But, anyway. Third problem, they were using IGN's feed, which was sponsored by the movie Sicario, Day of the Soldado, rated R. Fourth problem, I just got comfortable. Okay. Fourth problem, well, like I said, because of the fact that that's why I seem like a dick. Yeah, I know. I guess you could make the same argument for me too, if I'm going to be completely honest. Oh god, human beings are irrational. And I would say the irrational stay tuned, but unfortunately it's a part of a genre of show you do not like. But back to DXP. Can I be honest? Oh god. I'm just trying to talk about lost media that I find nostalgic. But sure, you can be honest. Applesauce, go fuck yourself. Anyway. Funny. Nice bait and switch. Maybe not as good as the rape whistle or the house hippo. But nice bait and switch, jackass. Nice bait and switch. I thought you were about to bite my dick off like you usually do. Anyway. Because most of the game trailers were rated M, it's an applesauce whistle. Anyway, because most of the game trailers were rated M, guess what Disney kept doing? Cutting to commercial, blurring the screen, muting full sentences. Problem is, shit still slipped through the cracks. Ass would be censored 1 minute, but then here's a lynching the next. Guns were fine, but you couldn't show them being fired, but then here's a samurai shoving a sword up somebody's gullet. And then, oh, The Last of Us Part 2 trailer is fine, but a lesbian kiss happens. Let's shut off the stream. Oh yeah, that happened. The Last of Us Part 2 trailer was shown, and when it got to the gay kiss, Disney shut off the stream and then played the previous day's E3. No lesbians allowed. That is exactly what they said. And what's funny is this was 2 years before The Owl House premiered. The Owl House. Stay tuned, niggers, but yes. But yeah, their coverage of E3 2018 was just a complete fucking disaster. A terrible idea from the start. The Owl House, no. You're such a resistant little jackass. Granted, I know you have a right to not like certain things, and that's perfectly fine, despite how I may act towards that mindset. But with all due respect, you gotta learn not to be a jackass about some things. Anyway. Let's not get too rude now. Anyway. After that little disaster, that's the only word to describe it, disaster, DXP basically disappeared from Disney XD for good. But again, their shows would continue to air in reruns. With all due respect, I disagree, so blow your rape whistle. Unfortunately, I don't have a rape whistle, and my body is not flexible enough for me to blow my own dick, if that's what you want. Granted, some of you sickos would probably find that very entertaining to watch, but unfortunately, one, my dick is too small, and two, my body is not that flexible. So unfortunately, you'll just have to imagine me sucking or blowing my own dick. My aunt has a rape whistle. Please tell me you've quoted that commercial to her before. And three, this is YouTube. Exactly. Anyway, what I was saying. Though rest assured, if this show was anybody anywhere else, bitch, I might. Anyway. But again, their shows would continue to air in reruns until at least 2020. I had zero idea about the commercial back then. Okay, good to know. Anyway. But what about availability? Also, LMFAO. Yeah, anyway. What about availability? Well, during the time that the DXP block was airing on Disney XD, their shows were made available to watch on demand with your cable provider. And of course, if you had a DVR, record them. Wonder After Dark, Special X Videos Edition. Bitch, I might. Anyway. Nah, but for real. During the time that DXP was still airing on Disney XD, their shows were made available to watch on demand with your cable provider. And of course, if you had a DVR, you could record them. However, these versions quickly disappeared from cable providers and haven't been available ever since. A few episodes, yo dude, I can only imagine, just as a funny thought. Yeah, like, I'm just saying, doing like a special episode of this show on a porn site, like, bad idea, but that would be so fucking funny. Like, I kind of want to do it, but, like, I know it would be so shit of an idea. You just casually talking about some obscure movie while casually nude. Yes. I legit think that would be so funny to do. Like, carry on the show as normal, but that was my idea, and y'all quickly said no. Well, that's because you were 17 at the time you pitched it. We only said no because you were still 17 at the time. Just so you know. Now we can casually say that shit and not worry too much. But there's your pick. Here's your sign. Okay, back to... I pitched it again right after I turned 18. I forgot about that. Actually, I did forget that you... I still want to say no, but it's a funny thought. I mean, it is a funny thought. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen someday as, like, a complete one-off, but... For now, we'll keep it as a hilarious joke. Maybe a running gag where I tease doing it and then I never do it. Anyway. Back to DXP. A few episodes of certain... I will not be there out of respect. That is fair. That's completely fair. Anyway. Not guaranteeing that I'll ever do it, but if I ever do it, fair. Anyway. A few episodes of certain DXP shows were uploaded to the official YouTube channel, but not all of them. And again, the DXP YouTube channel would later be scrubbed. Pornhub intro, yep. And again, the DXP YouTube channel would later be scrubbed, so any videos that were previously up just were gone. Anyway. Now, Scrubs. Not tonight. Stay tuned. Anyway. Well, there is a show that is tangentially related to Scrubs that I've been teasing for a while now. It doesn't have much to do with Scrubs, but it does take place in the same universe from the same creator. Stay tuned. Anyway. And it even stars somebody that you find personally quite hot. Anyway. Okay. As with any story involving lost media, okay. Who? Tell me who. Courtney Cox. I said Courtney Cox. Courtney Cox. Anyway, back to she's okay. Yeah. Back to Dick's extremely photogenic. Anyway. On December, she was hot back then. Well, I mean, I don't know if you would have found her hot at the time this show was airing, that being 2009, but was she hot in 09? Anyway, but what I was saying, maybe. Okay, anyway. Stay tuned anyway. Alright. As with any story involving lost media, there's good news and bad news. Good news is a good chunk of DXP's content, despite being scrubbed from the face of the... Hey, Jesse, I heard you like them young. Please don't. No, like, actually, please. That's funny, but please don't. We all know what... Jesse was just going... No, actually, stop. What's the one clip of JonTron again? Stop! Message retracted. Thank you. That's the kind of shit you should keep private. Anyway. See? Sylv can be compliant. Anyway. We're totally not trapped in a three-way BDSM type relationship where there is no love, just violence. Anyway. What I was saying. Most of the shows have been found and archived online, despite being basically wiped from the face of the planet, although some do remain either partially lost or partially found. It's all private, at least until the group chat gets leaked. Get dicked. Anyway. Alright. On December 18th, 2023, Windows 2000 user found full recordings of the show Play with Caution, Waypoint Presents, and ESL Speedrunners, and found a partially lost episode of the show Parker Plays. This only leaves seasons 2 and 3 of Player Select and the whole... this only leaves season... Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Anyway, this leaves only seasons 2 and 3 of Player Select missing from the entire block. Anyway, listed here, ESL Speedruns episode 1 through 8 have been found. Polaris Prime Time episodes 1 through 7 have been found. Player Select Season 1 has been found. Oh, Jesus. Stay tuned. As soon as Jesse gets a Twinkie, a hot dog, and easy... Yep. As soon as that happens. Anyway. Season 1 of Player Select has been found, although Seasons 2 and 3 only partially found, with the rest still being lost at this time. Parker Plays Season 1 has been found, Season 2 and Season 3 and Waypoint Presents all found. But of course, as I just said, there's still some content not accounted for. Tomorrow on Wonder After Dark, we need to follow the White Rabbit. Oh, the Matrix, I see. It was only a matter of time. And hey, that's really appropriate, because Elon is kind of a retard. Anyway. Hey, for legal reasons, I need to clarify that's a joke. Anyway. And genuinely, for legal reasons, I do need to clarify that, because the FBI hired a Trump bootlicker that will slap you with a civil lawsuit if you insult the guy. I'm not making that up. That really happened. So anything I do say I need to clarify is a joke. Anyway, otherwise, I'm going to get my family sued for money we don't have. Anyway, I recall watching DXP when it was new. I was 12, okay? 11 going on 12. Of course I was going to watch... For legal reasons, fuck that idiot guy who is watching. I'm Canadian. I'm not joking. So if anything fucked is said... Go after him, not me. I'm just the tranny faggot That is the hateful Canadian. The Hateful Eight. Stay tuned. I will make fun of him all I want. His words, not mine. His words, not mine. His words, not mine. Anyway, my words, this topic. Okay, but I recall watching DXP when it was new. I mean, it was 2017 and I was a preteen, okay? Can I really be sued if I'm in a different country? I mean, realistically speaking, no, but considering these are the same stupid retards who changed the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America and deleted the Constitution off the White House website. Oh yeah, they did that too, by the way, and posted an illegal alien ASMR deportation video. I'm also not making that up. That really happened. Hey, Gardner, if you're out there, I apologize for the country you live in. Okay, anyway, but what did I think of the block when it was new? Well, being a stupid little preteen, I really liked it. Hey, Gardner, it's the Stop. Okay, but wait. If the FBI is turning... Okay, if the FBI is turning pro-Trump and will sue you if you disobey Trump, does that mean they won't allow protection for trans victims? I mean, I haven't heard anything concrete about that, but I'd imagine that's the case. Again, I have not heard anything concrete about what you just said, but yeah, let's get back to gamer shows. We'll just leave that at maybe, possibly, gamer. What a fucking anyway, but I recall really liking DXP when it was new. More importantly, political talk that doesn't affect me, except for being annoying. Anyway, I liked Parker Plays, I liked Player Select. I kind of had Polaris Primetime on in the background because that's all it is, just loud, obnoxious background noise. And I don't even recall Play with Caution existing until Parker! Anyway, not Peter Parker, sadly, but anyway, I'm just going to give a brief review of the shows that I think are more notable. Parker Plays. Not the best show that they had on offer, but the one that I recall liking the most. Mainly because while it was some random YouTuber... Parker, are you deaf? I called you twice. Anyway, probably because while it was some random YouTube Let's Player on TV, it also had legitimate TV production value. Hello? So it wasn't just a complete copy-paste of something that was already on YouTube. Player Select was, however... Yeah, Player Select, which was another show on the program block. Also, similar concept to Parker Plays. Let's just get a YouTuber and put them on TV. But this time, let's just take clips of Let's Plays that are already on YouTube, but this time censored. Jacksepticeye, DanTDM, Chadtronic, probably a string of others I'm forgetting about. And of all of those, let's get a YouTuber and put him on TV, Ryan. No. Also, that was Nickelodeon, not Disney. Anyway. Parker, give me pictures of Spider-Man's ass. Anyway. But that burp was perfect. Anyway. What I was saying. Okay, but... Niggers, but... I think I have Tourette's. Anyway. Borp. Anyway. Okay, but... Player Select. Do not crucify me for saying this. I was one of those people that watched it back then, but... Jesse farted, yep. But, while I do think Player Select was a neat concept, why would you watch the censored Let's Plays on Disney XD when you could just watch those same Let's Plays uncensored on YouTube? Granted, Spider, you recall watching it and you loved it, and I have nothing against that. Hell, I loved it too back then, but Even then, looking back on it, it was probably their cheapest effort. But then again, because it was so cheap to produce, it probably was the reason it lasted for 3 seasons. Waypoint Presents was I think because convenience of watching on TV. I mean, maybe. Same reason Scott the Woz made it to G4. Oh, if you didn't know that, Scott the Woz episodes aired on TV for a brief period of time. What was it called? Player Select, which aired on the DXP programming block on Disney XD. I don't know how you missed that combination of words, and I'm not saying that to be rude, but I said it quite a few times. But anyway. But yeah, Scott the Woz episodes briefly aired on G4 back in 2021, but we're not here to talk G4, we're still talking DXP. Anyway. But what I was saying. But Player Select still was probably the cheapest show in terms of content and in terms of production value. Waypoint Presents, on the other hand, that was a banger. So Waypoint Presents was a documentary show. Markiplier. Okay, anyway. Waypoint Presents was a documentary show which showcased different gamers accomplishing different things. So, here's somebody... Oh, not on purpose, but you know what? That's appropriate. Anyway, highlights include... an amputee who... Oh, Chadtronic watches Wonder After Dark. Are you kidding? By the way, Chad's been missing since October. Chad, where are you? Anyway. What I was saying. Peppermint Park. Stay tuned. Oh, God. Anyway. At least it's not Beat City, kids. The name game. It's time for the name game. The name game. Anyway. Okay, but Waypoint Presents was a banger. Basically, it was a document... Meat City, kids. Stay tuned. I said Beat City. Beat with a B. Anyway. Waypoint Presents. Peppermint Park mentioned. Oh, God. Anyway. Highlights include an amputee who speedruns games with only one hand, and a game preservationist trying to preserve video game history. No joke, Waypoint Presents was probably the best show DXP had going for it. But I imagine they probably didn't bring it back because they felt kids would be bored by stuff like that. Sad truth, but yeah, I feel like they didn't bring it back because they felt kids would be bored by stuff like that. Also, Peppermint Park. I can't imagine life without the letter M. Impossible. Improbable. How could you order M&M's without the letter M? I know how. That's how. Hey, what candy would you like? And that's how you do it. So if you ever want to order M&M's without the letter M, you just say, I'm not funny. I'm not funny. Smarties are better, not the American Smarties. Fuck. Kill me. Canadian Smarties. Yep, those are Canadian Smarties, alright. Okay, yeah, Canada. I like the country of Canada. Okay, this picture looks like I'm looking at some bizarre alternate universe. They're actually amazing. Okay, I believe you. Okay, but this picture looks like I'm looking at some bizarre alternate universe. Because we got this foreign candy to me labeled Smarties, and then we got what I know as Smarties labeled Rockets. That right there is some Mandela effect bullshit. To an American like me, That is some Mandela effect shit, and I don't like it. Your Smarties are called rockets here is why. I know, but still, there's no Mandela. I know, I was saying Mandela effect as a comparison. I wasn't saying it is the Mandela effect, I was saying... Anyway, but, yeah. What I was saying. IGN also had a show on DXP, but it was literally just 30-minute compilations of IGN videos already on the internet, so we're not even going to talk about that. As a comparison, you're gayer than me. Suck my dick. Anyway. And finally, Play with Caution. Well, gee, that show only lasted for 4 episodes. Do you love dick? Tell us how much you love dicks. I'll even do an Asian. That's how much I love dicks. MASH! Anyway. Okay, but Play with Caution. If you need any proof that that was the worst show on the block, it looks like it was shot in a Y2K bunker, complete with a box in the corner that has no reason being there. The camera they'd often use was a cheap store-bought GoPro with nothing special added. Most of the games they played were just shitty free mobile games. And the one good game, that being Crossy Road. And on top of that, the overall production value of Play with Caution was just cheap as fuck. And of course, we already covered their disastrous coverage of E3 2018, so we'll just... You love big ones, you love small ones, you love fat ones, you love skinny ones, you love long ones, you love short ones. You love white ones, you love black ones, hell, you'll even do an Asian. That is correct. I, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, love dicks. Anyway, but yeah. DXP. I find it very nostalgic. Do I think these shows deserve to be preserved? Well, even though they're, like, not very good, mostly, yeah, I do think so. I will say, though, their censorship standards were a little odd. As I said earlier, guns were fine, but, oh. Is Disney XD still around? Yes, it is, and it's a complete corpse, thank you for asking. Anyway, in fact, their last truly good show has ended, but we'll talk about that show another time. Peppermint Park Scarecrow, you cannot keep your mind in one place, I swear to God. But anyway, oh, you should review Life with Grandpa. Okay, if I knew what the hell that is, let me look that up. I seriously don't know what the hell Life with Grandpa is. It's disturbing. Let me... Okay, I think this is it. Life with Grandpa, 1985. What the fuck am I looking at? Yeah, I can see why you say this is disturbing. You should review the Nanny starring Fran Drescher. Once you hear her voice, that's all I'm going to say. Okay, don't know what you're talking about, but I believe you. Okay, I believe you. Anyway, I assume that's what you're talking about. Life with Grandpa, 1985. I assume. Don't watch any of the essays about it. Just watch the shows and come back to... You're going to send me on a maddening rabbit hole. I can tell. Alright, it's almost time for the funny image, so 1 second here. Alright. Now it's time for the funny image. Toothus. Not toothless. Toothus. Anyway, who would win in a fight? Faggy Waggy or Niggy Wiggy? Also, let me just grab a picture of something for future reference. Okay, anyway. Alright, back to cock. But anyway. Okay, but DXP. Regardless, though, I do find the block really nostalgic. And I honestly do miss it. I would love if Disney brought it back, or even tried to do gamer shows again for a more mature audience. Maybe this time without any censorship. Because I feel like that was the one thing that held it back. You know, it being on a kids' channel, you know, censorship. Yeah. I don't think. Oh, put put these videos on Pornhub. If you incest, not if you insist, if you incest. Anyway, I love how this is just the porn episode. Like, there's not even anything explicitly pornographic going on or being talked about, but yet we are not doing incest. Good to know that even freaks have standards. Unless it's with your sister. I'm going to politely ask that you shut the fuck up, you actual madman. She's 12! You are not making yourself look any. No, stop with the hee hee. This is not hee hee. It's not even ha ha. It's please stop. Stop it, Bart. You're not funny. I would say, could you take a seat over there, but unfortunately, I've already occupied the only seat. He Shamoa. Or Shimona. Shiny! Anyway, but I don't know if I can really rate the DXP program block, especially because it's been a while since I've seen all those shows, but I do recall enjoying it when I was a kid. Well, there are, yeah, that pretty much covers that. Oh yeah, what did the other part of this title mean? Oh. I want to see your dad get Well, at least you're picking an adult. At least. At least saying that still has some weird connotations, but at least he's like, you know, a grown ass man. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Correct. Anyway. Alright. Plus, I mean, it seems appropriate that I go from lost media that I'm fairly knowledgeable about to lost media that I'm absolutely not knowledgeable on. So, I'm too lazy to get out of the chair for this one. Alright. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is a series of short cartoons made from 1927 to 1928 by Walt Disney and from 1928 to 1943 by a variety of animators under Universal Studios. Yep. After the failure of his Laughograms and Laughettes and the minor success of the Alice comedies, Walt Disney wanted to compete with stronger cartoon characters of the era like Felix the Cat. After successfully pitching Oswald, Winkler Pictures gave him a talented animation staff and a budget. What'd you say here? Disney and UB Iwerks doesn't get enough credit. Good to know. Good to know is in Disney and him. Not good to know is in... Don't get the wrong idea. Anyway, I know that wording there was kind of shit, but also I think Sylve left. Anyway, I think Sylve left. Anyway, what I was saying. Okay, Walt began production on the shorts in 1927. Oswald was well received and became the first Disney character to have his own tie-in merchandise, which... that does not sound right, considering Mickey is the face of the Disney brand nowadays. Something about that just sounds backwards. But anyway. Oswald's success over the competition was due to the more ambitious, innovative, Oswald is better than Mickey. You'll find out what my opinion is soon enough. Anyway, was due to the more ambitious, innovative, and raunchy animation and humor compared to the others, which tended to be more conservative and safe. Conservative, that rhymes with anyway. Despite the success of the series, after 27 shorts, the budget was cut by more than half, and nearly half of Walt's animation team was moved to other projects. Disney soon quit working at Winkler and started his own animation studio with some of his most talented Oswald staff. Having lost the rights to Oswald, Disney proceeded to create a new character named Mickey Mouse, although you may know him best as Steamboat Willie. Although it's unfair, because Mickey represents greed, Oswald represents loneliness and abandonment. Jesus fucking Christ. No, just Jesus Christ. Anyway. And the only reason I'm in the chair right now is just because I'm too lazy to get up. But anyway. After Disney left Winkler, Oswald's shorts were animated by many rising animation legends, such as a young Tex Avery. Yeah. The Oswald cartoons eventually featured color and sound, but were ultimately discontinued in 1943 due to a fall in popularity. These shorts are still owned by Universal to this very day. In addition, a few Oswald cartoons were remade into Mickey Mouse cartoons by the Walt Disney Studio. What you saying here, Willis? Oswald had a whole universe ahead of him, but he was taken away just like that. The sad truth right there. Just like a certain other franchise that we partially covered, but we have 2 more things to cover. What? I'm glad he is in the public domain, because now people get to make this character big again, if anyone cares. Well, you care. For the record, I'm not insinuating that I don't care. It's just I really don't know anything about Oswald, honestly. But I decided to cover it at your special request. Anyway, I care and I don't have the budget to do anything with him. I would love to do something with him, but again, I don't have the budget. Anyway, in 2000... what was the funny image? I know him from the Epic Mickey games. Same here. Okay, the funny image was Toofus. Here's your funny image. There's the funny image, in case you missed it. Just in case you missed it, there's the funny image. In case you missed it. That funny image just doesn't work because doesn't work well unless it's the gif of dance. Yeah, I know. Spongy Boy fell. Anyway, back to what I was saying, please and thank you. Back to what I was saying. Anyway, in 2005, after Oswald's copyright expired, Universal, which had distributed the Winkler shorts, gave Disney the rights to the original Oswald shorts, and a DVD collection was released as a part of the Walt Disney Treasures line, containing 13 of the original 27 shorts. Several more appeared in some form or another over the next few years afterwards. The shorts Poor Papa and Africa Before Dark were included as bonus features on the Walt Disney Signature Collection Blu-rays of Pinocchio and Bambi. Hungry Hobos, which that sounds like a slur, was released as a Disney Movies Anywhere exclusive, and a shortened home movie print of Neck and Neck was discovered in Japan in 2018. Of course, it's Japan. Why wouldn't it be? Just, of course. It's always Japan where the weirdest shit takes place. Anyway, 6 of the original Oswald cartoons made by Disney are currently missing. 6 others are incomplete. O Teacher was reissued in 1932, and this reissued version is the only one that survives at the moment. Many shorts past the Disney era are lost as well, but these are less likely to be found due to them being even more obscure than the Disney ones. Sadly. I think the final one, Walt and Oob, I don't know how to pronounce that, but Walt and the guy worked on is still missing. Maybe. By the way, how do you say that person's name? Is it the final tune before cinema changed forever? Yep. You are starting to sound like somebody way older. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's kind of fucking me up. Okay, anyway, but... Oob. Okay, so Oob. That's how you say it. Oob. You better not mess with my gang, or you'll be messing with Oopie Goopy, General Munchkin Man, Little Jim Bob, and worst of all, Larry. That's such a funny video. Anyway. Okay, what I was saying. If you want to know the status of these shorts, well, Poor Papa and Trolley Troubles are found. O Teacher is partially lost. Mechanical Cow, Great Guns, and All Wet are found. The Ocean Hop is partially lost. The Banker's Daughter is lost outright. Empty Socks is partially lost. Yeah. Rickety Gin, I should say, and Harem yeah, I'm not even gonna bother trying, are lost. Neck and Neck is partially found, along with The Old Swimmin' Hole. Africa Before Dark, Rival Romeos, and Bright Lights are all found. Sagebrush Sadie is lost, along with Ride 'em Plowboy. I sound old. I used to watch Super Friends when I was young. Yep. Just yep. Anyway. Ozzy of the Mounted is partially lost. Ozzy, that rhymes with anyway. Hungry Hobos is found. How is it only 12:14? It feels later than that. Anyway. What I was saying. Seriously, it does feel later right now than it really does. Or than it really is. Anyway. What I was saying. Alright. Oh, What a Night is found. The Skyscraper is found. Fox Chase, Tall Timber, Sleigh Bells, all found. Hot Dogs is lost. And High Up is found. The Sue Blank episode is the most recent finding, I think. Yeah, probably. And it fucks me up, god damn, that one is real. Like, I expected that to just be some, like, lost episode creepypasta bullshit. But nope, it's real. And it fucks me up that it is. Like, why is that real? Why does that exist? What is wrong with all of you? Just, yeah. Just what's wrong with you people? But yeah. I was never really super familiar with Oswald as a character when I was a kid. In fact, I really only know Oswald the Lucky Rabbit because of Epic Mickey. Specifically, Epic Mickey 2. Why does it look like this monkey is masturbating? Okay, anyway, but yeah. But I really only know Oswald because of Epic Mickey. So that's really my only exposure to the guy. Yeah. But I guess I will say, I do like Oswald as a character, based on what little I have seen of him. Sorry if my commentary on this character is perhaps a little dry. Genuinely, really sorry about that. But yeah. I guess what I will say, I do hope that the remaining Oswald cartoons are found someday, even if they're really warped and distorted and deteriorated. It would still be nice for them to be found to some capacity. Someday, hopefully. And I think it would also just be nice, I'm just saying if Oswald would be put in something these days. I mean, I get it, the public domain exists, but still. I'm just saying. In fact, I will say, though, can we not get an Oswald horror movie? Let's say the last minute of the Sue Blank episode is still missing. Okay, yeah, that I do remember. That the last part of that episode is still missing for some reason. But then again, if that episode exists, period, I don't know if I want to see the last minute of it. But yeah. But I guess what I was saying though, but still I do hope that those remaining cartoons are found someday, even if it's only partially. I'd still think, they do deserve to be seen, and I do think and hope that they are found sooner than later. I also hope that if we do get anything out of Oswald being in the public domain, it's not a fucking horror movie. Like, seriously, the last minute Oswald pulls a gun on his wife after trying himself to. Oh my god. Whoa. Oh my god. Like, okay, that's a joke. Thank God. I was about to say. If that's real, I'm concerned. Thankfully, it isn't. Oh, actually, though, I will say, if you're gonna say, because you had, oh, I'm referencing Son Amy fan art. Of course, you are. Actually, that did just remind. I will say, you did not know you were right about Metal Sonic, and then you were right about Metal Sonic. For all we know, this could be another case where you say that as a joke, and then the final minute of that cartoon gets found, and then it's exactly what you just said. Nah, I'm just saying. It is your cocksucking luck that that would happen. You know I'm right. Like, you're gonna say that, and then it's gonna happen. You're cursed with the gift. We are both cursed with the gift of prophecy, but in different ways. Okay. Um. So I was going. But yeah, once again, I don't know what I would rate these or if I can rate them. So I guess I'll just say, just outright, I think Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, despite knowing nothing about the guy or the character, I do appreciate and I do hope those remaining shorts are eventually found. And move the chair back a bit. Okay. Yeah. Alright. I have one last thing I want to say for tonight. It has nothing to do with lost media at all. Oh, there's horror potential with the fact that Oswald wants to hurt himself, and the last minute of the Sue Blank episode is hidden from the... Well, you're not wrong. Okay, not to totally change the subject, by the way, but I was writing down on my notes app earlier, and an idea came to me. It's an idea that I don't think will ever happen, sadly, but it's one of those ideas I do need to explain. Has it occurred to you that the Lego movie is basically just the plot of The Matrix? Just before I tell you the idea, has that basically occurred? That the Lego movie plot is just the plot of The Matrix? Yee. Okay. Anyway, I was thinking about The Matrix Resurrections earlier, and of... Okay, well, actually, in order, I was thinking of Lego Dimensions. Then, because I had put it down for a bit, but then I'm going to start playing it again. Then I was thinking about The Matrix Resurrections. Then I was thinking about the Lego movie. And that's what led to me jotting this down. Okay. You can let me know if this sounds aight or not. Anyway. The Lego Movie 3, the third part. Keeping with how the last one was called Lego Movie 2, the second part. Anyway. In this sequel to the 2014 and 2019 films, which is also a parody of The Matrix Resurrections, Emmett lives a good life in the city of New Bricksburg, being in charge of the Lego Group's entertainment division. The Lego Movie 3, the extra P. Damn it, I should have used that. Anyway, back to my synopsis. Emmett lives a good life in the city of New Bricksburg, being in charge of the Lego Group's entertainment division along with Liam, formerly Bad Cop. If you're wondering, why Liam? That's a reference to actor Liam Neeson, who played Bad Cop. Anyway, Universal orders a remake of the Lego Movie, much to Emmett's hesitation. Liam pushes him, however, and he decides to give it the green light, leading to Emmett basically returning to many long-gone memories, which he thinks are just fiction, from the films that he wrote and directed. After a series of encounters, however, with a familiar DJ, Wildstyle, Emmett begins to have more visions of his past, and the fine line between fact and fiction becomes blurred. I think it needs to be way more subtle. That's a fair point. I don't know. We can brainstorm this later. Also, I'm going to go ahead and write down your type. There we go. The extra piece. There we go. Now it's titled The Extra Piece. Anyway, but yeah, we can brainstorm this later if you want. Maybe not tonight, but later sometime. But I was just thinking, I thought this would be kind of creative, and it's something I would like to see happen. Yeah, I don't know. Will this ever happen? Probably not, as long as... I'll save the full version of what I'm about to say for another time, but the Lego film rights are such a mess, because, like, Universal owns the film rights right now, but then Warner Bros. Still owns the characters and distribution to those previous four, which would imply that Universal can't do anything, but the fact piece by piece is still kind of in. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. I'll save that for another time. But I just wanted to throw that little film idea out the window. Anyway, even though Sylv is clearly not here, what did we learn tonight? Well, I'll answer that question for him. We learned that media can get lost pretty easily, no matter how old or how recent, and that it should be preserved no matter what. Unless it's the Netflix original film Cuties. Cuties is a fuck shit, disgusting movie that never should have been greenlit in the first place. I highly question how any parents let their children be in that movie. I wonder how those kids even feel about being in that movie. And on top of that, I actually genuinely hope that Cuties becomes lost media. But yeah, there's what we learned tonight. We don't talk Cuties here. Indeed. Which is why it is one of the very few pieces of media that will never, ever, ever get a review. Not even like a 10-minute review. Just never. Never covering it on this show. Never, ever, ever. Never. Alright, I'm almost done with this episode, but before we go, not tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Sylv already said we're doing The Matrix, so I guess we're doing that tomorrow. But before we go, before I sign off for tonight, I guess while we're on the topic of film idea... Oh, want to go for shawarma? Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Shawarma sounds nice. Anyway, before we go get some shawarma, another film I do want to brainstorm on a future episode, not tomorrow night specifically, maybe, but future episode, I do want to brainstorm the film The Cowboy, which I did pitch to you before. We're kind of tight on time tonight, so we'll save it for another time. But I do want to brainstorm that one in the future. Yeah. But yeah, this was a show. Any more brainstorming you got? Tonight, no, because it is getting a little late. But I did... Alright, okay. Well, I will bring this up real quick. I will bring this up. I'm asleep. Well, I'm going to say this and then we'll both go. But before I go, before we go get some shawarma, I mean sleep, I do consider 3 films I have in mind to be kind of a part of, not a part of a trilogy as in they take place in the same universe. No! But I do have kind of an unofficial trilogy in mind. But again, we'll talk about that some other time. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow will be the brainstorming. Maybe tomorrow I'll shit out another golf ball. Maybe tomorrow I'll wake up naked with a hot brown man. But will I elaborate further? No. Because I said enough. But for now, that's all the time we have for tonight. But always remember, eat your cereal, go to bed, to be continued. God made you special and he loves you very much. If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Good night, and eat shawarma. Have a day.